Don't blink. It's your boy Hank. Welcome to another video, another content creator shout out. I really want to do this content creator shout out because it I was watching the whole evening and it just reminded me how much I love them. And by them, I don't mean they them, I mean actually them. And what I want to talk about is Good Medical Morning. Good Medical Morning. What I didn't watch this at my beginning of YouTube. I didn't watch this when I was younger. I came into it as I was viewing a documentary, and they kept being referenced as forefather of the a YouTube community. I kept seeing them pop up in my feed. I kept seeing them, and immediately I feel bad because I never gave them a chance. To me, it was just two dudes making video. If I wanted to see guys making video, I would have went to the Try Guys, which were four. If I want to talk about video game, which was I was obsessed with, I would go to Super Beast Friend, Super Castle Beast, and it was, oh my god, Kevin, we're gonna talk about this. When I discovered Red and Link, it was during the pandemic, the COVID pandemic of 1920. No, not 1920, 2019 and 2020. And I discovered them, and I swear to God, I watched so there's so many videos, and I think I think Red and Link transcends um they transcends the just passing of time. Their journey, what they represent is actually so much bigger because at very first glance you're like, okay, well, it's two dudes that were doing videos together, and that's pretty cool. Then it became two dudes that made podcasts, that wrote a book. There's a story behind it. They did so much. They've been doing content for seven since the very fucking beginning. Reggie and Link represent also to me. So again, I don't have the facts. I'm not a medical beast, right? So my knowledge is very low because again, I just enjoy them. Red and Link, the best thing there is just enjoyable. When you go to Ear Biscuit, it's more psychological, like the construction, spiritual this construction series. Their video trying MRE, everything that you could try. You're trying one of my favorite video, trying Red Bull. I watched it again tonight. I must have watched it over 10 times. Red and Link, why I love them so much is because yes, they were entertaining. Yes, I listened to their podcast. Yes, I discovered them and wanted to have discovered them years ago. They're representing something. They represent something incredible. They have an history on YouTube on content creation as general. Why I love Good Mythical Morning. That's already five reasons. You want a sixth one? When Smosh. Okay, so long story short, Smosh was part of a multi-channel management. So basically, what that is, oh, we're gonna have a channel where we're gonna promote a lot of channel, and because we're promoting a lot of channel, all the viewers from their channel are gonna be in. So you think it's like a collab or cooperation or company, not company as like arching company, right? And it wasn't. So Anthony Padilla, I think, which was one of the founder of Smosh, said, "Fuck this! I don't want to do this." Right, and unfortunately, they sold the right to their channel, so everything Smosh was owned by an MCM, Red and Link, who have been extremely successful on YouTube, extremely successful on Spotify, extremely successful in a bunch of things, came in as fucking heroes. Bought Smosh, didn't care if it was rentable, didn't care if their numbers been dwindling down over the years, didn't care what's gonna happen. They just wanted artistic creativity to come back, right? And all of this is fucking phenomenal. But the reason why I love Good Mythical Morning so much was I've reacted on this very channel yesterday. Uh, I I reacted to taking a nap, and it's a 360. And I don't know any fucking content creator that make me taught this. The reason I said in this very video, the reason why I didn't watch Written Link was because it was two dudes. And the reason why that video was so good was because they took a nap. Everybody likes nap. Everybody, the concept itself is genius. What makes a perfect nap? right? And then you're like, it's two dudes, two boys that are doing this most simplest shit, and they're the representation of we bought the container for the container, not for necessarily for the content. And it's great content. They did for Halloween, they did a haunted house, a haunted house, and I just love it. I love it. It's lovely. So Written Link, thank you for putting in these steps, putting in the road, paving the road for us. Thank you for admittedly creating a place for us and continue to make sure that this place stays artistic. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, hiring a whole team, right? It's a company. You know, to a certain extent, one of my personal hero, and because I'm Canadian, okay, immediately because I'm Canadian, one of my heroes, one of my idols are Trailer Park Boys. And why I like them so much is because they create swear nets where they hire people, right? And it's a company, and you can tell that they're still artistic, and you can tell that it's still the boys. Yes, it's a company. Yes, there's work to be done. But Medical Morning is exactly that. They've been running with the same crew for years and years and years and years, and you're like, holy shit, they're loyal as fuck. And I just think and I'm not trying to be a dick. I just think that they're the perfect. Of course, if you look at Mr. Beast, he's the king of YouTube, and I'm not saying Mr. Beast doesn't deserve. If you look at the written link, they've been doing this for over a decade and a half, and nobody talks bad about them because there's nothing bad to be said about them. Their father having their dream, their father doing what they want, and I think it deserves respect. And I think ultimately it deserves to be shout out. So thank you, Red and Link, and thank you for the whole team, the whole squad of Good Mythical Morning, for being there. They even have, and I know I'm going extra. I know I'm going to the what. I know I'm going like, oh, a lot of information, a lot of details, but it's what they represent. They even have this cooking show or this cooking podcast, which is a hot dog is a sandwich, or this cooking show, Good Mythical Kitchen. You know the craziest thing about it? They're involved in the shape or form of eating, but they're not involved in the cooking. And the most beautiful thing about it is you don't, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm hoping I'm wrong. I don't feel like a Rhett and Link are super culinary, like, oh, I'm gonna cook a fucking beef Wellington, right? Or I'm gonna cook this really, really hard meal to cook. But they knew that there was a public, they knew there was a demographic, they knew there was a need for cooking um, content out, and they decided to do it. And it's just understanding that there's a need for content, right? And ultimately, I know it's crazy. I know it's completely crazy. But if you were talking about a lot of YouTuber, a lot of people creating content, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. They're after the money. They're after the business, and it's a business. Like I said, it is a business. I understand that. But if they wanted to make a lot of money, they've been doing the content for how many years? They could have just focused on the podcast. They already had a studio. But no, they decided to do a Good Mythical Morning, Good Mythical Kitchen. And they cook with expensive shit. And sometimes the video, they don't get as much attention as the Good Mythical stuff. But they keep on going. They keep on trying. And to me, that's beautiful. So long video just to say thank you, Red and Link. Thank you for Cool Squad. Thank you for again paving the way forward for next generation of content creator. Yeah, and getting me emotional because again, eh, it's not that emotional, but I oh fuck, I saw them, and I shouldn't say this. This is not nice. But when I discovered them, they've been doing content for 10 plus years, 12 plus years. And I was like, bro, they've been doing content for so long. They're probably out of ID. And I did give them the chance because for me, they were old YouTuber. They were not old in age, but old in channel wise. And when I discovered them, and with the pandemic, I wasn't creating content. I wasn't creating content at all. It wasn't a thought process behind content creation. And when I started creating content and how much I loved it, I'm like, I'm gonna be those guys. I'm gonna be exactly them. I'm gonna create content for as long as I can, and people are gonna think about it and say, "Hey, this is a old channel, right?" And Good Morning, they were able to reinvent themselves, but just keep where the money is, keep where the need for a written link is, you know. And also is the fact that they're able to take a step back and not say, we've been doing this for fucking how many years. Like I'm watching this other guy who I'm watching more of the detractor content, Dark Side Field. And Dark Side Field has been, oh, I've been creating content for 15 years. And it keeps on bringing it up. It keeps on bringing it up as a sort of, I'm owed something. I deserve something. And the reason why I've been watching a lot of Miko Morning, and I still can't tell you how many time or how many years I've been doing content, is because they don't mention it. Because for them, there's still a passion, right? Anyways, that was a long video for absolutely no reason. Know that I love you, that you matter, and yeah, let's get this shit on the road.